What is up, everybody? Welcome to the 5,000 subscriber special. I want to thank you guys for getting me this far. That's Womack, by the way. He lives on top of the trading room. Get a good look at him. He is the guardian of the trading room. He's actually one of my favorites. So anytime you're seeing the camera shake and shit, it's because he's climbing up there. But yeah, this is the trading room. If you guys have not seen the 1,000 subscriber special, things have been updated. And it was a tour of the trading room. We're going to do that again. We're going to do another tour. I think it's that time. Got some modifications here. We got this cardboard. So, why do we got this cardboard here? Well, Womack, he's destroying this blanket. There's all these nail marks in it because he likes to climb up it and attach to it, and then he goes up top. So this is sort of a anti-Womack shield. I don't mind him going up there. He has fallen through the roof a few times, so we had to make some reinforcement modifications. But the trading room is in a closet, actually. So she's very, it ain't professional looking. That's all right. It's okay. It's a post-apocalyptic trading room. That's what this is. I'm proud of this baby. This thing's a beaut. So before we go in there, let's go ahead and take a look at the sides, so you kind of know what it looks like on the outside. So as you can see, this is the side of the trading room. We got some wood up there, and we got a carpet right here for some of the roof material, and then we got a foam mattress topper for acoustic reinforcements, which is going to be attached by a ratchet strap. So that's kind of what's going on up here. And what you got going on behind the ratchet straps, by the way, is it's a closet door. It's a double closet door deal. It's opened up. Now, you wouldn't be able to tell, but the outside isn't very impressive. It's when we go inside. So we just open up this flap, and we're gonna step in. So let's go ahead and go in there. We never just come straight into the trading room. As you guys have noticed in many of my videos in the past, there is a picture to my right. This is the great Mike Bellafiore of SMB Capital. And anytime you step foot into this trading room, you must pay your homage. So please respect my homage payments as we pray to the great Mike Bellafiore of SMB Capital. Irasori seriasa, Iriaso heso isiapsa. Riaso heraiaso. I hope I don't catch on fire because everything's very flammable in here. Aria harease. Iraraso esa. Ria playbook setups. Take a one good trade today. Riasa one trade, Riasa A plus setups, Riasa A plus setups. Oh, Riasa A plus setups. Oh, thank you for that, guys. Now we can move on to the tour. Alrighty, guys, I think the first place we should start is the history of this trading room. Why do you trade out of a closet, fat cat? Well, I'm gonna fucking tell you. So, first and foremost, what you should understand is I used to have a trading room in a smaller bedroom near the back of the property. This is a duplex. I own it, and I rent the other side out. So when you first, if you ever see my How to Read a Dom video, it was originally created in a different room. I ended up getting kicked out of there. It got turned into a guest bedroom, which fucking sucks. So I ended up going into the dining room. Well, a little thing called COVID happened in March of 2020. Don't know if you've heard of it or not. When that happened, the girlfriend and the kid stayed home from work and school. They had to do work and school from the house. I used to have this place all to my fucking self. Well, when your trading room is the dining room and you got tile on the floor, it gets pretty fucking loud, especially when the kitchen is right behind your head. So there's too much going on, and I had to get the hell out of there. I needed a quiet sanctuary to trade from, and this is where I moved, into this closet. So there are double doors that close right here. I've since opened them, and I've built some rigging up to turn it into a room. So the reason I turned this into its own room is because the wall over here is very thin, and my tenant's master bedroom is just on the other side of that wall. This specific entire room that I'm in, I could have used it. Problem is, it's so thin you can hear everything everybody is saying relatively clearly, and I'm pretty loud and I cuss a lot. And honestly, I would like my tenants to sign another lease, and if they hear their landlord talking like an asshole and yelling all the time, that's a problem. So let's go ahead and look at the solutions to fix those issues. So at the beginning of the video, you remember that blue mattress topper. It is on the side of this closet door, and this is the door jamb, by the way. You can see where the two doors latch. I had built this PVC rigging up here, which actually is propping the doors open so that way they don't open or close. Now they're kind of like walls at this point. So that very thick mattress topper is right here on the other side of this wall. And what I did was I originally put it here to buffer my loud voice from going into the room next door. Behind this is actually a metal bread tray. You can actually see the legs of it down here. So, I wrapped this blanket around there to further buffet things, and it was just sort of a back wall to sort of help with the sound from coming out. The tenant did hear me make a video one time, and I was so loud that she thought I was murdering my family. So I had to up my sound reinforcement, because there originally wasn't a roof on the deal, so I ended up throwing a quilt up there, a carpet, whatever I could find to put up there. Recently, I got this acoustic blanket, which I will show you. So this acoustic blanket was installed, and it has these metal eyelets. It is zip tied to the PVC rigging up here, and it runs all the way down the length here. It doesn't quite go to the floor. It stops there. There's an extra quilt there to kind of hit the floor. But this entire area from this void in here where Mike Bellafieri lives didn't used to exist. If you watch the 1,000 subscriber special, the wall actually came to here. And if you look at it, the room was originally this big. So that's not much space at all, really, to move the chair back that I'm sitting in. So I added this extra little void, so that way if I wanted to stand up or whatever, I could put my office chair in here. And we installed this high-tech cardboard wall and further extended the PVC rigging there. So I'd like to continue with what's up here. we have these switches in here that actually fade the lights. You can, so if I turn all of those down, and these are like the studio lights, you can see I can set them however I want. We do have this one here, and there's 3 of them total, so we can adjust them. Usually I just come in here and I'll run my hand across like this and just hit them all. There's another one there that doesn't really do a good job. Bunch of shit up there, Legos and stuff that have been there forever. Now let's kind of look at what we got going on here. So this is a selfie stick. When you see me do my videos, my cell phone is attached to this right here. And there is this cable that has an HDMI cord that actually plugs into the cell phone. There is also a charging port on it as well. So this is where what you guys are seeing is from that perspective most of the time. Now this cord does run into this video switcher. We'll talk about the equipment here in a moment. So let's look at the acoustic treatment. This is more of a newer deal, just to help with the sound quality of the videos. There's this Lego guy here. He looks like he's been living in a deserted island. Him and I relate. We're brothers, because that's how I feel being back here all the time. So these acoustic foam things are from Amazon. They are on very sharp 3-inch roofing nails, you can see there. So if I ever get, if I ever just fall down, I'll probably die. So why do I have giant nails holding the acoustic treatment up? Well, that's because I've done some research, and when you put a void behind the treatment, it helps further dampen sounds, because the sound can apparently come back here and get absorbed on the back end. So I spent a lot of time trying to figure out where to place these deals. Ended up doing the corners and the top of here on both sides. And you can see that they also have the voids behind them. So these are perfectly placed for when I'm speaking and I sit down. The desk does raise. It's from IKEA, by the way. So if I decide I want to stand, now this is at my height. So that way when I'm speaking, now we have the ones up here. All right, now that we know how the construction is and all that, let's go ahead and go over here. I obviously have a bunch of shit inside of a plastic tub. Pins, spare buttons, and templates for the X keys. You know, just whatever you need is in there. So this right here is, I decided to step up the quality of my, oh shit, I did not see you there, bro. Anyways, I decided to step up the quality of my audio. I had this mixer here. It's an XLR deal, and it's a digital mixer. So the way everything's routed in here is actually very interesting. So this is going into this PC over here. We're going to call this one Total Seal. There are actually 2 computers. There is one over there, one over here. This one does strictly jigsaw trading. This does everything else. But anyways, this mixer here, you have the mic. It lives back here. And I have several mics I was testing, and if I want it, once I start to do some sort of episode or whatever, you just pull it out, and it's good to go. And there she is. Obviously, we're not using it for this, because it would be a little difficult. But I need to route these cables better, because it took me a long time to figure out what mics I needed to use. I was testing several different mics. And this is obviously running into Total Seal back there. So I'm going to have to clean all that up. The cable management isn't as fucked up as you think. Let's go ahead and go down here to this device. This is a UPC, I believe is what it's called. It is legitimately, this is the best thing ever. So it is on a cinder block because since the table does go up and down, I accounted for all the wiring. So I needed to make sure there was enough slack. And when the desk is all the way up, this was a little too low. So we put it on cinder blocks. Actually, the original desk that was in here from the 1,000 subscriber special did not go up and down. This IKEA desk here is a newer addition. I had my older desk on cinder blocks, and they were up like this. And for several months, I was actually standing and trading. I decided, you know what? This sucks. I want to be able to sit down. So I got this desk. And now I never fucking stand up when I trade anymore. So what happens is if the power goes down, this thing kicks in. You can see it has the load on it and how much battery's in it. The internet is connected to it. All the monitors, both PCs, goddamn near everything's connected to it that's in here. So if the power does go down, I probably have 5 minutes on this. It has a bell, an alarm that goes off if the power goes down, so I know that I need to get out of a trade. The power actually shut down slightly and kicked back on last week, and I was in a trade. So this thing definitely has saved me multiple times. It's a very fucking heavy device. You can see that everything is plugged into the back of it. Obviously, I charge my phone from it as well. But yeah, there's that. So let's go ahead and take a look at the next thing. Okay, I think the next thing we're going to do is look at the actual computers, but I do want to just mention this block stayed in here because I do this. And just chill at times. But anyways, let's look at these PCs here. So the monitors are all able to like move out of the way. So I can move that like so. We're going to move this up here, and then this is sort of ghetto rigged, but we're going to move it out of the way like so. And now we have, let me take a step back. Now you can see we have access to Total Seal. This is an HP Z600. It's toolless. Let me get that out of the way. So wherever you see these green tabs, you just can pop stuff out. This actually has a shitload of RAM in it, 40-something gigs, I believe. Oh God, this is falling. All right, cool. I don't want to blow out that monitor. Okay, anyways, we got to be careful. So there's this is your power supply. I did have one that died at one point. Both computers are the same, so the PC over there is exactly the same. If I ever need to swap anything around. Solid state drive, it's on a 5-hour energy shot cap. That's propping it up. All the RAM's in here. This device has fans in it that blow onto the RAM. These are old school workstations. You have 2 processors in them. Both of them are 6 cores. And then down here we have a 1060 graphics card. This thing needs to be dusted. And an Elgato capture card. So this card is used for streamers. So it has an HDMI in and an HDMI out. So this is what makes things pretty interesting. Let me actually put the cover back on, and we're going to talk about how these two computers are connected to each other. This PC back here is only running Jigsaw, and it only comes through this specific monitor in the bottom middle. So that has a 1050 Ti in it. There was a video with Futures Trader 71, and he talked about running your execution platform off one PC. And I'll tell you, once I just decided to do that, and these computers are really cheap, by the way, $300 delivered. Obviously, the graphics card is going to be a different story. I happen to have 2 of them. So the 1050 went in there, and then that got upgraded to a 1060. But yeah, so all this does for $300, both of these things were $300. Obviously, I've upgraded them since, so they have more RAM, more capabilities. I've upgraded the processors to them. But anyways, this goes just to that, and it's just Jigsaw. That is it. I don't have performance issues. I do not have performance issues with Jigsaw at all. No stuttering, no nothing. Because when I had Jigsaw on this computer, and this computer, by the way, it runs everything. So I run 2 streams off of that. I'm streaming my sessions to YouTube. From this computer, it goes out into that capture card, and then I'm talking on Discord. Sometimes I'm streaming on Discord at the same time. Sierra charts, web browsers, my Tastyworks option platform. This computer's doing so much. And every 6 months or so, I would wipe the drive and do a clean install because the performance would degrade over time and Jigsaw would start to run like shit. But now that Jigsaw is on its own deal, it just runs so good. So what happens is the 1050 Ti in this has 3 ports coming out of the graphics card, so it can run up to 3 monitors. And in my 1,000 subscriber special, those 3 monitors were these Azuses, all the same kind. I don't know what brand, like what model they are. But anyways, they're all going into this video switcher, which is a very expensive piece of equipment that you guys do not need. I just happen to have it from stuff I've done in the past that has nothing to do with trading. So what you're seeing here is the 1050 Ti is coming out, and the 3 ports are here. I labeled everything, and then there's it can run up to 4 deals. Obviously, I've ESNQ and CL on it. This 4th one actually runs the camera for when you guys are watching my videos. So this I showed you earlier that runs the camera. Let's actually hook it in so you guys can see. So I don't know if that, there you go. So now you can see me recording what we're doing because it is coming through here. And then if I press this button, it'll go back to Jigsaw. So this is, I press this button and now my one monitor is like, can be up to 4. So ES, I'll press the button and then watch the screen, and then you go to NQ or crude, even though I don't really actually trade those. So this is kind of overkill. And then the final button is for the camera. Now, what happens is there's an output here. That output goes all the way to total seal, and it goes into that capture card we looked at down there. And one HDMI comes out of that capture card and goes straight into this bottom monitor. So everything I'm doing from there comes through here. I can change up to 4 screens, and then it gets turned into one output goes into there. And then when I'm streaming on this PC, that PC doesn't worry about streaming. It doesn't have any workload. A lot of gamers use 2 different PCs when they're streaming because it can put stress on the system. So now this system is doing everything for me. I don't even stream from the Jigsaw PC as well. So this device lives here. Obviously, I use these. These are basically shelf brackets from Home Depot. And this is a KVM switch. So both PCs are on one keyboard. It's a Steel Series from Walmart. Super high-end. Not really. The KVM switch is right back there. So when I press this button here, I'm switching the keyboard between the 2 PCs. So that green light on the right is the total seal PC, and the one on the left is the PC on the left. I had to make sure that those lights were going in the right direction. But as you can see here, I do have a bigger mouse pad. It's all fucked up because the cats walk on it. But anyways, this monitor is for the total art monitor. This fucking mouse is a piece of shit mouse too. Like if I shake it, you can hear there's broken plastic in it. This goes to the total seal PC. So my Sierra charts, all that is on that. This gaming mouse is actually going to the Jigsaw PC. So well, it's not toggling over. So I'll toggle it over. This will turn red, and it does some weird shit. It's just this weird stuff with canceling orders on Jigsaw. When you right click, you can like cancel orders, but you can also place them. But with the left click, you can't cancel them, but you can place orders. So I put the right click on the left side. When you guys see me realigning the DOM, I'm pressing this button here with my thumb right there. And then when you see me clear the orders in the middle of the DOM, it's with the right click button. So clear orders, align DOM, and then that's the trigger. So that gaming mouse is awesome. And that's running, you know, on the Jigsaw computer there. So I wanted two mouses because I want to keep my cursor over the DOM. I don't want it to be in some weird spot. And when I'm surfing around on Sierra charts, I don't have to switch over mouses. And when you hit that KVM switch, it does take a minute. So watch how this turns blue. Takes a minute, and now it's connected. So obviously when you're trying to get into a trade or something, that switch over takes too long. And again, I want the mouse to be ready to go on the DOM. I don't want it to be on one of these 5 fucking monitors and then I got to figure out how to get back here. So it's just easier for me to just kind of hop between the two mouses by doing this. And then I can pull up the cursor on here, and then I can like measure out like a specific level. And I'm like, oh, I want to watch that specific price. When I have the cursor up, you can see that wherever I put it. So it's at 98.25. So I'll just come down here and I'll be like, okay, well, what's 98.25? And I can use that crosshair as a reference on Sierra charts. So that's the video switcher. This thing was like $999 when I first got it, but that was a long time ago. It's pretty cool. And just been sitting around. Don't recommend one of these. KVM switch. It's on Velcro. That's the actual switch part running that device. So the cable management is a lot cleaner than you think. It doesn't look that way. You can see everything's tied in on this line. And if we actually come back here, the cable management, everything's dusty. Everything is just done up pretty well. I know it doesn't look like it, but it is, especially up here. And all the cables are managed, and obviously the audio cable needs to be done up right. Everything is managed in a way that I can pull out specific components and it doesn't interact with other components. So if I need to start pulling apart the switcher and redoing the wiring on this, it's on its own wiring loom, its own system. So it's easier to pull apart. The internet is down there as well. But again, everything is tied in really well. Under the desk does need to be cleaned. It took me fucking forever to start wiring shit up nicely. But that's an example of a better wire job with the zip ties and shit. So that is what's going on with the two computers. I like it. It works well. So let's talk about the X keys. This This set is, this actually, I had a cat that actually chewed this and broke it. He's from the 1,000 subscribers special. His name was Groot. He's since passed a long time ago. R.I.P. Groot. But anyways, this X keys, what this does is, I have a video on X keys. They're just hotkeys. I put in the key blockers. You can take them out if you want. So this does Sierra chart. So if I want to pull up the crosshair, it'll send the mouse to pull up the crosshair. If I want to do the hand tool, there's a hand tool. Like here's a line. So if we look at this, you'll see the mouse will go up here by itself by me just pressing the button. And now I can draw the line. Oh, I don't like that line. Let's get a pink one. So I press the button and now it's pink. So everything in here except for these 4 are doing something with Sierra chart. These 4 are for my streaming software. This does when you're watching videos and I'm switching between screens, these 4 buttons are what do that. Everything else is pretty. Oh, this is for Discord. This is obviously to mute my mic or deafen. I like to draw pictures on the X keys and use different colors instead of everything being done in pen. This turns off the lights. All of these buttons are hashtags. So when I'm going in the journal ticks, these buttons are how many tries a trade takes, because I tag every trade. How many tries was I trying on this setup? 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 10 tries. These two pairs go together. So was a level clean or dirty when I got into it? Meaning, was there other levels that could potentially deflect the price back in? Did the trade have multiple factors of support? Yes or no? Was it a pullback trade or was it a first test? Did I get in on the playbook entry or did I use another level? Was it A+? Did I reverse the setup? These keys don't really do anything. Right now, that's what those are. And then I grade if it's high, medium, or low volatility. These are for grading entries. I'm not currently using this. So was I too early? Was it a good entry, late entry? Did I chase the trade or was there no reason for the entry? These are exits. Did I exit early? Was the exit good? Was the exit late? Could I not react? And did I move my stop? I'm not using these. I will at some point start using these again, but from this side over and then these two is primarily what I'm using. Nothing is going on in there. I do have one button that everything in my YouTube descriptions, this button adds. I just press it and it types everything in. And there is another button, I think it's this one up here. When I'm doing my journal, it types up automatically everything I want on in the journal. So it'll put in the date, it'll put in the some other entries and stuff. So this goes to the total seal PC on the right. This one goes to the Jigsaw PC. This is a smaller X key unit. So when I'm trading, this is the configuration now. 4, 3, 2, 1. These are the lot size. There's a spacing in between them, sandpaper on the button. So I rest my fingers in here. This is the flat key. This is the most important key. Second most important key is this cancel button. These adjust my stops. And this is to take my mouse cursor. So when I use this is switching screens. All these do is take my mouse cursor to the appropriate screen, so I'm not trying to fumble around and find it. It just pops the cursor right to where I need it. These buttons I don't really use, or this one toggles the lights off. So when I press this, it'll toggle the light off. So really it's these two buttons and then these that I'm really using. So my hands are on here when I'm trading, and then that gaming mouse. So, and then the keyboard is obviously kind of put to the back because this is more important to me, is to be doing this. So let's talk about the monitors now. Again, the middle one is strictly for that PC. They can cycle up to 4 different screens on one via the switcher. So that's the jigsaw. This is my main Sierra chart deal. It is rigged up here because, and these 2 monitors are connected with these aluminum bars. It is top heavy. There's a swivel behind here that's swiveling this screen. And this is so heavy that if it starts to rotate too much, it'll fall over. I didn't really think it through when I made it. I don't know if you can see what you're seeing here, but down there's a swivel. Yeah, but anyways. So the main Sierra deal's up there. So my eyes are going from here to here. I got secondary Sierra there. I will have my web browser up over there as well. So on that deal, if I want to look at something on Twitter, or if I want to look at the Econo Day calendar or like an email, I'll go there. This one down here, I have my, normally I have my Tastyworks option chain right there. So since I ended up getting 2 PCs, it allowed me to expand into more screens. So that's why this little shit deal, this is what, I just had this laying around. And this is a fucking TV. So, yeah, they're just for secondary. So the option chain is down on that. And then I'll have Discord in there as well a lot of the time. And then on this auxiliary monitor, this is running my vMix streaming software. So I use vMix because vMix integrates really well with X keys. And that T-bar, this T-bar actually didn't work unless you used vMix. You can use OBS, but I paid for vMix because I was doing more professional shit, like webcast stuff a long time ago. I just kind of have that up there right now. It is Sunday, so obviously nothing is happening. But so vMix is usually up here. My journal is up here. So I look on this when I'm trying to put in journal entries. And what else do I put up there? I think that's about it, to be honest with you. So that's what's going on these 5 monitors. Higher time frame shit is also up here as well. So we got higher time frame charts on that. But again, this is the one I'm doing most of the web browsing on. Not that one. Definitely not that one. This computer has not seen any web browsing whatsoever. So with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the updated tour of the trading room. Thank you for getting up to 5,000 subscribers. I appreciate it. I'm not doing one of these specials again until 10,000 subs. And when that happens, I don't know what I'm going to do. But again, thanks for the milestone, guys. I never really thought the channel would grow the way it has. I appreciate it. I'd appreciate it if you guys liked this. And if you haven't been a subscriber, well, go ahead and subscribe so we can do a 10,000 subscriber special. But anyways, guys, you have a good one.